Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. So this is loot from 30 hours of Saradomin God Wars. So now you might be wondering, when did I do 30 hours of this boss? So on the Double Experience Weekend, if you do not know, I was doing Saradomin God Wars the entire weekend for the Double Experience. And the reason for that is because I wanted some strength experience and I was going for 120 strength. And I actually did get it over the weekend, so a lot of these clips I will be wearing my 120 strength cape. It was keepsake, so don't worry, I was still getting the stats of the comp cape. And honestly, I felt like I did pretty good in this video, and I felt like I did pretty good in general doing Saradomin. Obviously, I wasn't the fastest kills ever. I could have done the revenge kills. If you know what that is, you can get like 10-second kills, but I was too lazy to do that. But if I ever do like Saradomin again, like in the way future, and I want to do a bunch of kills, I might try that method just to try it out. But yeah, I basically streamed this entire thing. It was like a good 35-40 hours of streaming. Granted, I did some farm runs and, you know, banking in between that contributed to the extra hours on top of the 30. And if you were there, you would know I was like the luckiest player ever. Like you will see in this video, I was extremely lucky, and I'll probably never get this lucky again. But let's go straight to the drops because there is a ton. Like, it's to the point where it's ridiculous. So to start off the drops, the first two drops were when I was making my Saradomin guide. I was doing like 16 kills and I ended up getting like 2 hisses within like 3-4 kills or something. So it was really crazy. And back then, hisses were like 300k. I don't really remember the exact price, but they do kind of sell for like 400, 500k right now if you slow sell them. But I mean, right away, 2 hisses, that was crazy. And then I didn't get another drop for, I think, like another 85 kills. So it was like around 100 kills. I got an Armacebo. So this is like the first of many. Just know that later in this video, you'll probably get tired of Armacebos. I got way too many. But 20 kills later, I got a Whisper, which I believe is the second best amulet. So that's always good. Then I got a Sara sword, which is not anything to be happy about because it's actually like 180k. It's really not worth anything. I don't really think it sells for that, but you know, always good to get a drop. Just 15 kills later, I got an Armacebo again, so that's amazing. They're like 2 mil, so I was getting a lot of money that trip. And then just another 10 kills, I got another Cebo. It was so crazy how many Cebos I got this video, but we're only at 175 kills so far, and we're at 7 drops. It's ridiculous. And then about 85 kills later, I got another hiss, which is always nice. And then the next kill, I got a Whisper off of minions. That was hilarious. I did not expect that. People were still freaking out about how I got so many drops. And then I get another one, the next kill off a minion. I thought that was pretty cool. And then like another 39, 40 kills or something, I got another Cebo. And that puts me up to 4 of them. I'm just way too lucky for those. And then finally, 40 kills later, what you guys have been waiting for, I got a hilt. So that's the most, you know, expensive drop here, and it's the thing that you're hoping for. It's 11.6 mil GE, but I'm pretty sure it sells for probably 10 mil. Especially a lot of people were doing Saradomin and other God Wars bosses during the weekend, so I'm pretty sure it's crashing, but it's always nice to get a first one. Had a little dry spell of 100 kills, which is by no means anywhere near unlucky, but compared to my earlier luck, it was a lot of kills. And to break that dry streak, I got a Sara sword. And another 60 kills gave me a Cebo. So that puts us up to 5 Cebos, I believe. So we're at 500 kills and all the drops so far. And starting with that Cebo we just got, my luck went off the charts. Okay, so 3 kills after that Cebo, I got a Whisper. And I was like, holy crap, I just made 3 mil in 4 kills, basically. And then, literally the next drop, I got a Murmur. So that's back-to-back amulets. Plus, that was literally 3 drops in 5 kills. So I don't even know how that's even possible for me. I know that's, you know, obviously possible, but like for how lucky I have been earlier in this video, I don't know how I'm doing it. Soon after that, I got a Sara sword, which, you know, that's my 3rd one. Not too bad. If they do sell for the 200k, I mean, that is like 600k. Not too shabby. And to break the spell of all the Armacebos, SS's, you know, all those kind of things, I got woodcutting brawlers, which I have not had brawlers for a long time. It was actually quite surprising. So I will be using that eventually. It's not the best brawlers though, but it's still always nice to get one. About 60 kills later, which is about an hour, I got a Murmur, which is the best amulet, so not too shabby there. And then another 10 kills gave me another Cebo, and further 10 more kills got me a hiss. I don't know how I got so lucky. And speaking of ridiculous luck, literally this is the best stretch of luck I've ever had, like ever in the game. So 140 kills after the hiss, I had nothing, and I'm like, okay, maybe my dry streak's gonna come on and I'm done with all the luck. And I was totally wrong. So what happened on kill number 800 pretty much exactly. I got a Seabow, so I'm at like what, 6 or 7, and then I got another Seabow 10 kills later, and then I got another Seabow 2 kills later after that. So that's 3 Seabows in like 12 kills. Like that's 6 mil in literally 12 kills. I don't know how that's like actually possible. Everyone on stream was freaking out, like, why am I getting so many Seabows? Like, the chance of getting just 3 drops in 12 kills is ridiculous in itself, but getting 3 Seabows is just even more insane. And because I didn't get enough Arma crossbows, I got another one 38 kills later. So that's 4 in a row. 4 in a row, guys. I don't know how that's possible. And then to follow that up, I got a back-to-back hiss. So right after that 4th Seabow, I got a hiss the next kill. You can ask everyone who's watching the stream. I am not lying. This is how my luck was going down. Like, it was ridiculous. People were PMing me like, oh my god, stop with your Arma Seabow luck. And then literally the next kill, I got a hiss. So it's like, I don't know. They were freaking out. They were hating me. I probably made so many enemies this weekend, but it was just hilarious. And not even 20 kills later, I got another Murmur, and another 15 kills, I got a Palm Trees rare drop table drop, which is 1.6 mil, which is even better than an average Saradomin drop. Like, I don't know. That was just crazy. So we're at 885 kills. We're at like, what is it, like 10 Arma Seabows now? All these other amulets, if you want to count it up, it's crazy. And then we went dry for, I believe, 160 something kills, but I broke that dry streak with a hilt. So that's my second hilt, and we're at 1,040 kills, and yeah, so that's 10 mil right there. I was really stoked. And then another 60 kills later, I got a Whisper, and then 140 kills later, I got a Hiss. So at this point, I'm like, in between drops, I'm only going to get like 140 kills. That's not too horrible, but it wasn't as amazing as it used to be. I kind of was like, okay, we're done with the luck. Let's just chill for the rest of the weekend. But I couldn't chill because 2 later, I got a Murmur right after that hiss. So, oh my gosh, I don't know why my luck is like that. And then 160 kills later, I got a Murmur, so that was kind of cool. It was kind of good to have a break from all those drops because I would have made way too many enemies at that point. But I wasn't done yet. After that Murmur, I quickly got a Whisper, which, you know, made more enemies, I guess. And then I banked, got another instance, and what happened is the funniest thing I think I've ever done. So I started the instance, and it was my last trip of the entire weekend. And each trip I do 2 instances. So what happened was I went in there, I was expecting nothing because I was at like 34 drops or something. And I was like, we're done. We are not getting anything more. And guess what happened? I got a back-to-back Arma Seabow on the first 2 kills of the trip. And I'm not even lying. Look at the clip. I went from an Arma Seabow to another Arma Seabow in 2 kills in the beginning of the trip. And considering how many Arma Seabows I got before that, I don't know. I don't know, guys. And not even 10 kills later, I got a Whisper after those Arma Seabows. After that, I got a Whisper, and then after that, I got a Murmur, and then after that, I got a Hiss on the first kill of my second instance, which is actually my last instance, which was kind of funny again. And then I got a Whisper off of a minion to end the loot video. So I know that took a while to get through, but it was just so many drops. And in conclusion, we got 38 drops in 1,532 kills. So if you do the math, that is 1 in 40. That is a 1 in 40 drop rate. Like, that is absolutely unheard of at God Wars. I mean, for such a large sample of 1,500 kills, I mean, that's not super large in the grand scheme of things, but in such a large sample like that, I mean, 1 in 40? That's absolutely unheard of. I don't know if I'm ever going to go lucky again. I think I just used up all my luck, and I'll never get anything after that. So that was crazy. 1,500 kills in 30 hours. So that's roughly 50-something kills an hour. And I know that's kind of slow, but it includes the banking times, the KC time, and, just general not, paying full attention. But yeah, it was absolutely insane, guys. So let's go into the price check. I know you guys are itching to see how much I made after all of those juicy drops. So I'll see you guys there. Okay, so here we are with the price check. And to recap, look at all these items. I have 7 hisses, 6 murmurs, 8 whispers, 12 crossbows. That's insane. 3 Saradomin swords, 2 hilts, and then all these shards, and then all of this miscellaneous loot. So a lot of the items are like rare drop tables, like obviously the Dragon Helms, the 54 uncut diamonds, that is from the rare drop table, the 10 palms, and then the magic seeds are not rare drop table, but they drop it every now and then. And honestly, we're going to be quite surprised with how much this is. Let's just price check because it took so long to get through this this loot. So let's see how much I've made in about 30 hours of Saradomin. Granted, I got like, 22 million strength experience. I had a ton of fun. And I actually got 7 effigies as well. So you got to keep that in mind. I got 7. So look at that, 89.8 mil. And I do have a few items in the bank I can't like put in the inventory, like a few more rare drop tables, which probably add up for a few hundred K. So that's about 90 mil in 30 hours, guys. That is 3 mil solid per hour. That's fantastic for Saradomin God Wars. If you know, Saradomin God Wars is actually pretty close to the lowest GP per hour for God Wars, like the lowest guaranteed, because the regular drops are just so like kind of bad. 3 mil an hour for doing this for strength experience, that's amazing, guys. 90 mil in a weekend. Had a lot of fun streaming, and in all honesty, got really close to the pet. Like, I didn't get the pet, but now I'm getting closer to the second threshold, so I should be getting a lot closer to the pet, and hopefully I can get the pet pretty soon. Maybe before the next Master of PVN, we'll see. But I will not be selling this loot because I will be keeping this for my big Master of PVM loot tab. If you haven't seen that series, it's like when I'm going for all the boss pets. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully this shows you that my luck was off the charts this weekend. Do not expect to get all this stuff. You will not get this. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this really awesome video. I, obviously spent a lot of time on it, 30 hours of Sara. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.